First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways, preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this your brother Dawad Bar from the branch of GMS here in Chicago, coming right back at you with a little lesson. And as you see, I got on my phone screen here, which I'm gonna let this guy speak. The video might be about a minute, maybe 10 seconds long, but hey, he's talking about what? The M to the O to the T to the B, man. You know, and that just lets you know that this knowledge is increasing. You know, people who not even in the truth, but understand certain things when it comes to the to revelations and other scriptures. But that just lets you know how that knowledge is increasing, and a lot of it has to do, you know, with the elder apostles, man. People sit up here and learn everything from them, and now they going out here saying the same stuff, you know, regurgitating shit that they heard. So with that, man, I'm gonna sit before I let this play. Let me also go into scripture. I'm gonna pull this up too, that Daniel. But the first scripture I want to sit up here and go into is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And Satan can use many things as a device, man. You know, and it doesn't just have to go for a physical thing, because mentally too. He can sit up here and prey on fear, pride. You know, Shaitan could use many things, man, to sit up here and twist people's mind. And that's why we sit up here and said, let Satan should get advantage of us, but we're not ignorant of his devices. You know, being in this truth protects us from the physical, the mental, you know, the things that we understand and that we understand that Satan can do. You know, but being in this truth, we got a protection, you know, where everybody else do not. But, And then also, like I said, go for his devices. One of the main devices that I was really trying to get into was the M to the O to the T to the B, the C hip. You know, a lot of people are going to look at this device as being, how could I say, convenient. You know, a lot of people going to look at it that way at first. A lot of people going to be up here and blow it off. Some people just going to look at it as, hey, look, if this is what I got to use to eat, then that's what I'm going to do. Do whatever it takes. And that's going to be a lot of people out there. Do whatever it takes just to eat. Not understanding if you're a so-called Black, Latino, or Native American, it's to your destruction. But with that, man, I'm going to sit up here and let him play.
Okay, theory number 2 is that the mark of the beast could be RFID chips and or barcodes. No, you may or may not be familiar with what these are, but more than likely, you use them all the time. Let me give you a couple of examples. RFID chip or technology that has information embedded on it that allows you to have access into that particular room. Let me give you another example. If you've ever rented a library book, right? The barcodes and the different things on the library book, when they scan that, it has information that tracks that book. So the library knows exactly where that book is. Many countries are using RFID technology on their passports. Many people believe that the RFID technology could be a precursor that the Antichrist will use one day in order to issue in the mark of the beast. Okay, theory number 2 is that
So y'all heard it. So with that, man, let me grab a few scriptures. But you know, that also talk about that knowledge increasing. People are sitting up here figuring out what this damn devil is doing, you know. But let's talk about the first thing that he said, and then I'm gonna go, because I wasn't gonna pull up that scripture, but you know what, I'm gonna pull it up anyway, because that's not where I was gonna go. But hey, what did he sit up here and said? He sit up here and said the RFID chip with the RFID technology could bring in the M to the O to the T to the B, in which he's right. That RFID technology is going to have to go in something which is going to go inside the body, you know. It's going to go inside the flesh, you know, on something under the skin. Not all that other nonsense that people are talking about. But this is Revelation 13 and 16. I'm just going to go straight to the point. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in the foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. you know, and we understand what that means, you know. It doesn't matter if you're small, rich, great, poor, if you're free, if you're in jail, whatever the case may be, you're going to get this in your hand. And what did that guy show on the video? Them using the needle to stick it in your finger, to stick it between your thumb and in one of your hand, in your pointing finger. You know? But either way it goes, you know, this is the technology that they're going to use. And this technology right here is going to sit up and cause a lot of destruction, a lot of hell to come to a lot of people, because they're going to trust in this system instead of trusting in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And that goes for you so-called black, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the speckled birds that look like the other nations, but lineage go through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But with that also, let me sit up here and go to the other scripture I really want to grab too, and that's in Daniel. But that's coming, man. A lot of people. And I'm going to start at 1, even though the point is down at 4. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one of them that shall be found written in the book. You know, Micah Allah. You know, he who is like God. You know, hey, he's going to sit up and come out and start whooping a lot of ass, man. Point blank period. Standing up for the people. Protecting those that fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. This is Daniel 12 and 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And that's going to be the elect, the 2/3, the 1/3 elect, then the 2/3 elect, then the 2/3. Well, the 1/3 elect is going to get that everlasting life. And what the 2/3 is going to get that shame and everlasting contempt, because they didn't trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. They didn't have no faith. They didn't trust in these words. They didn't want to hear them. They scoffed, you know. But the 1/3 is going to have that everlasting life, and the 2/3 are going to come back right in the kingdom, to a lot of shame and to a lot of contempt, you know. But this is Daniel 12 and 3. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. And that's going to be the 144,000, point blank period. That's going to be those men of the Lord teaching this truth out there on the highways and byways. Point blank period. And then that's Daniel 12 and 4. But here it is. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. So hell, the book was sealed, and now it's coming to that time. But now that knowledge is increasing. You got a lot of people out here, beginning with the Israelites. Point blank period. The 1/3, beginning with the 144, out here on the highways and byways, that knowledge is increasing. You know, and even amongst these people who don't know the scriptures, but, you know, they sit up here and have an understanding of certain things. Knowledge is increasing. You know, you got everybody telling on each other. Knowledge is increasing. People are finding out and learning so much stuff that knowledge is increasing, you know. But that also lets you know that it's coming to the end of this rulership too. You know, so with that, I hope this was a little edifying. I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach you to rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching the truth around the four corners of the earth. It's how you haste to the hopeful that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say Kwame Asharella and Abad Babal and Anya Habatham Akim. Shalom.